Hello and welcome to Live Code Happy Hour for June 5th, 2020. I'm Andrew Barnes, and I'm joined here today with my friend Chuck Tomasi, who will introduce himself right now.
Well, we don't have to go in any order today, I guess. My name is Chuck Tomasi. I am a senior developer evangelist at ServiceNow. In 2 days, it will be my 10-year
10
anniversary.
years!
Yeah.
10 years!
Of lots of change. And thank you for everybody who's posted nice comments and whatnot on the picture of me and Bill McDermott, which is right over there. Just I would have had it and held it up again, but we'll go on blind faith on this time. Thank you. It's been a wonderful 10 years. I was a customer for a couple of years before that, always playing around with apps and integrations and making things talk to other things. That's what gets me out of bed. And then, of course, making videos like this where we share it with you, because that's what I love to do. And I'll keep doing it until I can't do it no more.
Awesome. Thank you, Chuck. And I'm Andrew Barnes, developer advocate at ServiceNow. I have not been here nearly as long as Chuck has. That's amazing 10 years. So I'm coming up on year 2 here at ServiceNow. And I have been a customer a few times, partner, and I fairly similarly focus on integrations, custom apps, managing development environments, and just any of the core platform features and functionality. Um, and I'm super excited to see everybody today. So let's introduce our special friend guests, the drinks.
Yeah, oh, you better be going for the drinks. I have today from New Belgium Brewing a Voodoo Ranger IPA, and you got to hear that magic sound. Yeah, that's it.
Ooh, that was a nice
This is
sound.
a straight up IPA.
I have got a a birthday present beer, which is it is a Edmund's Oast sour passion fruit, and it's a sour ale, and I'm pretty excited about it. Let's
Ooh,
see.
that does sound good. My wife is getting me more into sours. She tried my hazy
Ooh.
IPA the other day. Goes, I could learn to like this, and I could learn to like sours.
Wow, that's
Anyway,
that's quite
no,
tasty.
I'm not going to drink any more IPAs.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest IPA fan,
It's
but
such
but
a
I do
very
like a sour.
it's so wide. I've had IPAs that don't taste hoppy at all. They're very mild, and then I've had other ones that come and grab your tonsils and go, "Here's the hops," that kind of thing.
Yeah, so the here's the hops ones are too much for me, but a mild IPA I can get behind, but it's still not going to be something I'm going to push other delicious beers out of the way to get to.
You got to be in an IPA mood for it. That's all it comes down to. And that's
So so yeah, we wrapped up the component building that we were doing for our COVID dashboard last week.
good
This
stuff.
week, um, we are going to look at making our lives easier because, well, that's always fun to do. Um, and so we've probably shown quite a bit of YouTube integrations on our show before because that's a key part of what we're doing. It's non-trivial part of my job is maintaining the ServiceNow Developer YouTube channel. And so the more I can automate that, the more I can spend time on other things. That's what we're going to look at today. Is right now when we create these YouTube videos, whether they're live streams or the static, just the pre-done videos that we upload, like Chuck's wonderful JavaScript series, and the brand new Builder series is now got a playlist that you can find here in the channel. And I'll link that in the description afterwards today, and hopefully do it automatically, because that's what we want to get into today. Is So we've got these descriptions, and we want to start adding more useful updates to those descriptions after the show. But I don't want to have to edit that in YouTube, because I don't want to. I only want to do it in one place,
Not
and
automate anything.
my
Yeah.
one place is in ServiceNow.
And
Um,
we had, before the camera rolled, we had this little discussion about who's the source of authority for what. And YouTube's got the stats. They've got, you place your cards on the videos, you do some of the work there, and then you can pull that into ServiceNow. But in terms of the description and the category and the play, that should all be in ServiceNow, that you just say, here's YouTube, do this.
yep.
And that's kind of the mentality you want to think of for any integration, is who's got what and which way do we need to go? Because as you can see from the description, it's a bi-directional. And we kind of went, maybe that's not the right way to go on some of this stuff.
Yep. Precisely right, Chuck. And the other reason is because since ServiceNow is my central hub for this stuff, the next step after I get this done is actually, so if you saw our show maybe 2 weeks ago, it might have been 3 weeks because we had 1 week off there, was on creating our blog entries from our ServiceNow instance as well. And uh, we want to create blog entries for the videos as well. So we want to have the description in YouTube be more flavorful and full, as well as, maybe not every time, but when warranted, have a more extended blog entry that contains more information and references. And we want to do that all from the ServiceNow instance. So update the YouTube description and create that blog entry, and manage all that from our ServiceNow instance. So let me go ahead and drop into the share. Go ahead and ask any questions along the way as we get going here. But I will start sharing my screen right here.
Oh, look,
There's
there's a video playing.
there's those happy little beer bugs. They're so cute. I love those guys. So I've got my instance here, and I wanted to get rolling. So if we head over to Artifact Manager and we go look at our live streams, this applies also to the videos, but we're just going to drop into here to the live streams first.
You embiggen the font?
Really, some more, sure. Let's try 125.
After watching Paris videos all weekend, everything's too small.
Well,
I had one on my 75-inch TV and I still couldn't read it.
Hmm. So, if you'll see here, we've got our description, and this is today's show. And you can see here is our draft URL. So this has already been generated, clearly, because we're doing this show right now, and sent over to YouTube. And if I make any updates here, they're not reflected in YouTube. And so that's what we want to solve today. That's the first step. I think we might add in, if we have some time, some of the bi-directional components, but I don't think I want to make that automated. I think I want to do that on demand versus automated, just because most of the time I'm going to be editing here. And unless there's a really weird edge case, I won't want to do YouTube to local. So to create these, we start with Flow Designer, is our existing process for creating those videos. And we have shown this on the show. We created these actions that manage this integration and the flows that do it as well. And so we've got upload, nope, schedule live broadcast is how they're created today. And I wanted to pull this open to show how it works already. And then I'm going to launch the action, or inspect the action that's doing the work here, because that's probably where we're going to start off, is um, either adjusting that to handle insert and update, or copying it and making an update version of it. Do you have any thoughts about, before you even look at it, whether or not you prefer to genericize it to handle both cases based off the inputs, or have them separate, Chuck?
I defer to your better judgment at this point.
Okay.
But one thing is
Um,
for sure, I'm going to go in and steal some of these actions for my product.
so here is the schedule the broadcast, and we've
Mhm.
got pretty straightforward. Oh goodness, I didn't. I didn't make this a script include to build my payload. Oh, pass me some days.
You're building a JSON payload?
That is what we're doing here. Yes,
Okay.
but I would still normally, you know, use a script include to build the payload
I
versus
heard rumor I heard
doing
rumor
it here local.
JSON payload builder on the horizon somewhere.
Ooh, I love rumors.
I'm not saying what release it's coming out in.
And it's a rumor. Uh, so there were no promises.
It's a feature request that has been heard. I'll put it to you that way, which will make this kind of thing even slicker.
I love slick. So here is our rest step, which is handily named post live broadcast, and it is seemingly pretty straightforward. It sets our query parameters and our headers and sends over our payload. And I took a quick look at the YouTube video area, and not Zoom. Come on, buddy.
Our old friend, the API builder thing,
Uh,
or
our
the API
old
reference.
our old friend API reference.
Oh yeah.
And videos and live broadcasts are very similar, and they basically work exactly the same. And I don't even see the live broadcast in here.
I thought it was at where'd it go? This is where I search for broadcast. Like you're on the page
Live
somewhere.
broadcast. Yeah, it's not on the page anywhere.
What? Is it under a different? This is the data API. Is it under different?
It must be.
Huh.
Let's see. Just YouTube v3, not
Oh, it's crazy talk.
so. Hit this level reference. No.
Huh.
Okay. Whatever. Um, so
You-
insert versus update are very, very similar.
yeah.
And live broadcast versus videos are very, very similar. There's just a few slight differences between them. So I think we can pretty much get away with looking at the update under video versus live stream. And because really eventually they're the same thing. So the APIs are very, very similar. I don't think we're going to need to change much other than making sure that we send over the ID.
I'm guessing ID and snippet are going to be your two big pieces.
And so probably only required if the request videos updates the videos resources snippet, and category only videos resources snippet. So yeah, we need to make sure we send over these three, it looks like, because we are going to be updating the snippets description. So looks good. Let's take a look at how we're using that. So let's look at our payload and see what we're sending over, which should be a snippet that has fairly, yeah. So if we start from this and adjust it just a little bit to, we won't need the scheduled start time because we're not scheduling it at this point. We're just updating an existing one.
Mhm.
We can probably drop most of the rest of this stuff and just focus on our description because that's all I really care about. later is the title and the description being adjusted.
I could.
So do we want to branch or not? I think I want to.
I was going to say, do you want to test? Go to, but we can't if we can't find the API page.
I think I want to just copy this whole thing. So let's copy this action, and we're going to name this
What, update YouTube payload?
Description.
Did you copy the entire action?
I copied the entire action, yes.
Okay, so the title of the action is still scheduled to broadcast, so we may want to touch that when you're done here.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't done it yet.
Hasn't done what?
I'm updating the name of the updated copied
thing.
thing.
I thought you were copying the step. Okay, never mind. Gotcha.
Update description.
You're one step ahead of my
title.
It's been a long week, people. It's been a very long week.
Next week is the last week of knowledge. Pretty excited about that.
6 weeks.
6 weeks is long. I thought the 3 days was long. 6 weeks is really long.
It's brutal. Don't get us wrong. This has been enjoyable.
Yeah, but also brutal. So we need to take in the ID. So we need ID. And I need to video ID because there's multiple IDs here in YouTube land. And over here in the script, the inputs here, we don't need start time anymore. So we can throw ID here and drop start time, drop in video ID. And what else do we need? Title, description, ID, seems straightforward. So our payload before snippet.
Actually, Andrew's upside down. Andrew said there already is a JSON payload builder. I was thinking JSON.
There is a JSON payload builder that only handles it only handles like one layer.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't do nested objects.
It doesn't do nested objects, and so I never use it.
Okay. Well, poop. Sorry, you were drinking. We almost got beer on the keyboard.
We almost did. So yes, there is you're absolutely correct. Thank you, Andrew. There is one, and I just tend not to use it because I am almost always using nested objects, and well, it doesn't do anything.
So am I. Complex objects are kind of a common sight. I'm surprised. Yeah. Maybe we'll get some deeper parsing or deeper construction later.
Now, I do want to see where I'm supposed to. So it looks like ID is probably at a different level. Let's take a look at the example here. Let us. So we want to update maybe the string. I thought they had ID on here already.
I thought so too. That was down below. It's not something stupid like video ID, is it?
I don't see.
Well, that's wacky since it's a required one. You'd think they'd have it on there.
Yeah. So part. Okay. So ID goes in there at the same level as snippet.
Yes.
Okay. So it should be here. We'll add a new ID. Let's see. Looks like lowercase. Yeah. Lowercase ID.
You're going to have that as an Input?
I'm going to
I don't know
have
if it's
that.
I don't know if it's an object. I think it's just a straight string.
Oh, that's a good point. It is not an object. It's just a straight string. So that's just going to be here. And we're going to want inputs.id. And then a comma. Now.
All right. So you're going to get rid of status and content details as well?
Yeah, I think I'm going to just dump those.
Oh,
Feels.
for the love of a sound effect that sounds like a toilet flushing right now.
Oh, goodness.
Whenever you delete more than a few lines, you have to make that sound.
Whoosh. I do have a really fun soundboard thing that I'm planning to pull out at some point, but not got it yet. All right, so there we go. Is my structure for this right?
It looks fine to my eyes.
All right. Well, somebody out there will tell me that it's horribly wrong very soon, if it is. And the payload should be fine. We really just need that title description. What else did it say we needed for sure? Category ID.
Property is only required if the request updates the video
It is
resources
resources
snippet.
snippet, which I am.
What is the category ID? What is that?
I have no idea.
Never heard of that parameter before.
I'm unaware of that parameter. Maybe we're getting it back. Let's take a look at one of these executions and see, because they're probably returning it to us, and I'm probably dropping it on the ground.
As I do with much of my YouTube payload.
Because I don't need it.
Yeah, if it doesn't map to a field, why? Okay.
So there's the payload. There's the rest step. So back down here should be their response.
Channel ID, published at, description, thumbnails, images. Oh, really? For content ID? Content
category ID or something?
Category. Not in there.
Category ID. Well, it's not in this response. So
where is it?
I'm going to pretend like they are not saying it's required.
Try without it. See what happens.
See how that treats me.
It gives a whole new meaning to minimum viable product.
And I probably should just go take a look at the live broadcast API to make sure that, because I might need to do just a little bit different.
Oh, go back to that screen for a second on your rest step.
On the rest step? Okay.
On the rest step. You have part, snippet status, content details. We'll need to realign that too. In the query parameters.
Yes.
Does that change to ID snippet? Is ID a thing you can put in the part?
So I'm not. So that it should be in my payload.
Okay. Oh, the query parameters say, what do you want
back? Yeah, this is what I want back.
Okay. Okay.
Gotcha. I'm sending them the ID and the payload.
Understood.
Let's grab my broadcast, YouTube API live broadcast. Why I couldn't get there from the drop down, I have no idea, but here we go.
Yeah, different API. We're on the live streaming API page rather than the data API page.
And maybe this requires different things.
Let's hope not.
It wants ID.
You must
update
for these parameters.
Why? If I'm not changing them.
Oh, really?
Now I have to put them back?
You didn't get them in. I mean, they weren't sent back. Where are you supposed to get them from?
No. The snippet title, scheduled start time, privacy, all of these things were stuff I had in there.
Okay.
That I just pulled out of my payload. But update shouldn't need all of these unless they're changing.
I would agree 100%. Their API is a little draconian.
And I can set values for some of these other things, but these are the required ones. But if they're already set the first time, with the insert. Why do I need them for the update? Why? Why are you mean?
Try it without it. See what happens. We got a few minutes.
I think
Let's just try it on the left side, on the right side. See what
this
happens.
is hilarious.
If
The
it parses-
insert requires way less stuff than update does.
yeah, that seems a little backwards logical.
Populate. Yeah, okay. I would need to replace ID. Okay. That's really strange. Sorry, we're spending a little time looking at the API. It was confusing. Well, let's give it a shot. But they're saying they require this, and when Google says they require stuff, they mean it. So it's probably going to fail horribly without these set, even though they're already
Try the
set.
low cost version on the right side though, and the AP.
Oh,
Their
we
API.
can. We can. So let's grab an ID.
Yeah, we'll need an ID.
Um,
Show your ID at the door.
which that is a videos. That's not necessarily the ID, but
If you've
let's,
pre-scheduled the stream, then the ID is the same. It doesn't change. This is where you say part snippet.
oh yes, this is snippet
Snippet content details.
ID and just those two is fine. And then down here we'll add ID. Is this? We'll add
Snippet.
Snippet, and then description.
Third one, fourth one. Just see what. Try it with just minimum.
Minimum. Well,
just that. Yeah, put in a description like "Hello World" or
and hello change.
And hit the
and yeah, let's execute it because this is a terrible idea. I love it.
I'm up for terrible ideas. That's half my job.
I need to switch to a different page. All right, that's fine. So
call error, unauthorized. Oh, that's because you canceled the pop-up.
So let us try it. Nope.
Where'd it go?
Let's just give the page a reload.
Okay.
Okay.
Came up with a dialogue and everything's still filled in. That was interesting.
Ooh, I love it.
And
now we authorize it here and see how angry it makes it.
It'll be fine, he says.
Title is required.
Okay.
Let's give it a title.
Why do I get the feeling we're gonna get one field at a time?
One at a time.
Yeah, but content details is required. Now scheduled time is required.
Because I think that's actually how it's gonna work.
Fool me 7 or more times. Shame on me.
Yeah, I'll do this one more time and then I'm gonna believe them. And that
missing colon.
That looks okay. Go. Yeah, okay. So they weren't kidding. They really do want all this stuff.
Boo. We need
boo. Oh, well, God, I don't even have some of this stuff. Let's grab all of these and go into our script for building the payload. We're gonna smack them down here below this. Then I'm also gonna come over here and see which ones we already had and put them back because we probably need most of these.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're just gonna take the whole thing and put it back.
Why not?
Oh, where did I copy from? Let's just take var payload, the whole thing. Var payload. Bam. There we go.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see what of this we have that I have to step down one step so I can actually see this stuff. So we've got title, we've got, we'll add in ID right now. Not in the snippet. But
one would think the ID on the URL would be good enough, but I suppose for an update,
we did inputs dot.
What happened to ID?
It's there.
Why didn't it pre-fill for you?
It just knows about stuff that's already inside of my script area.
Comma. You got a semicolon.
Comma. Yes. So we've got ID, we've got title, we've got scheduled start time. Well, no, we don't, because I scrapped scheduled start time.
Oh, you kicked it out of the inputs.
Start time.
Well, good thing it's still in the input variables from the action.
Yeah, I didn't clean house all the way. Inputs to start time capitalized, of course, because we were being reasonable. But privacy status, we got that. So I'm going to start deleting these as I have them. Enabled monitor stream. We don't have that one. We don't have this one. We have this one, so we can delete it.
What? Okay. Where are you supposed to get some of these from? They didn't come in the payload when you created.
These are just settings that I can set, and I'm just going to say true to all of these probably.
Whatever. Okay.
So we've got embed. That one's fine. Record from start. We don't have, and start with slate. We don't have. So let's add them in, because why not? Content details.
You need a monitor stream object.
Yeah, we're going to do all the ones at this level first.
Yep. Good idea. Keep it clean.
And we're just going to say true, because whatever, it's fine.
You sure you want to enable a content encryption?
I wanted it to work, and then I'll worry about the correct settings.
People watching the video are suddenly going to get it encrypted.
True. And now we need another layer. So these three are good.
Yep.
And so now we need down here. Come on, not a dot, a comma.
It looks like a dot, but my eyes are starting.
No, it was a dot.
Okay.
I was deleting the dot. And so now we need monitor stream is a new layer. And we have to spell monitor right. Why am I typing? And we still need quotes around this guy.
Close enough.
And we need a closing. Yeah. Okay. So now inside of this, we need this guy.
That feels like a true false.
Yeah, sure. Why not? We love it.
You'd probably want a colon in there.
I'll
be your spell checker for JSON.
You are doing an amazing spell checking job of me. Jacking this up left and right.
So no, I would say like 0. It says 3 milliseconds. So it feels like a number to me.
Let's take a look for this one, actually. What are the options for that? Why are there? Where are the details for these things? I want to know what the values are for these. Come on, man. What do you want from me here? Well, we're giving you a 0. 0 is fine.
We're giving you a 0.
Giving you a 0.
Documentation score 0.
All right, that doesn't look horrible. I think it's still going to fail, but let's take this now.
The bogus lines below.
Yeah, we can drop the bogus lines.
Oh, you need to output step payload. Get rid of 3132. There you go.
So let's grab
Teamwork.
this stuff and throw it in their little tester. Most
what
of
could
that
possibly go wrong?
Most of that looks right.
Can you dump in raw JSON into their thing?
There's a try it button on this page somewhere. Other than that, I want the big version of this. Can I get the big version? Yeah. And we want to just do like that and change this to be, you know, an actual string. Yeah, we probably, looks like I did lose a curly braces or two.
It either needs an opener or get rid of a closer. That's looking better.
That's looking better. So let's give it an ID of this one.
Yep, we'll need to change our inputs stuff. It's not happy about those.
That's what I did the inputs on that one.
Oh, quote that ID.
And snippet, title, inputs, title. So we are gonna just change this to be instead, hello there. And we're gonna change this one to be change is fun. And start time. I don't know that I really want to successfully mess with this one. I don't know what that'll do to the stream.
No.
Maybe I should mess with a different one than today's. That might be reasonable decision making.
Don't test with your production data.
Well, where is I'll just go back to the list and get like last week's. I should just go create a new bad one.
That's fine. Yeah, schedule something for tomorrow and just say
stop
whatever.
that. All right.
Broadcast screen.
This one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what
time thing.
I don't know what the format it wants here for.
I thought it was the tea time, where you have date, tea time, and then the Zulu. I forget what that format's called.
But we do have an execution over here, and so we can take a look.
That's always
we send them like this.
That's right.
You were correct, sir.
Quote that bad boy.
Bam. All right, let's see how horribly this fails.
It's not. Wow, you are pessimistic today.
I've got a bad headache. Did I do this again in the wrong one? I sure did.
Gummit.
That's all right. This is an easy problem to solve. Copy pasta, paste.
Is that the right one?
Execute.
That's the right
one. Did it? I know I clicked the button.
ISO format. That's what that time format is called.
Let's hit execute. Okay. Errors. Unexpected part.
Oh. Message curly brace 0 curly brace. Unexpected part. What part was unexpected? ID?
Well, I'll probably need to do this.
Okay. No, it doesn't like something about the part, because the parts are snippet and content details. I wonder if ID is getting it wound around. You didn't pass the ID there. Where would it know the ID? Unless ID goes in snippet? That's not what the doc said.
So I'm actually going to copy this. and put
Slap
it
it in
over. We're going to put it back over here. And then I'm going to start from reloading this.
You must specify the ID.
And then we say,
did we not specify it as a part? I wonder if it wasn't expecting it because we didn't say part, or did we say
ID,
part?
snippet,
content detail.
Content details, and ID, and then content details, and then what was the other layer? It was under here was monitor stream. So that's pretty similar to what we already had. So let's compare them.
Okay.
And I'll just, we'll just make you go over there.
Try a big empty one.
Where is it? Way off to the side? Where did it go?
Thought it was in a
Here it
modal.
is.
There it is.
So structure looks fine for ID. And we add snippet here. And it's got title, description, but the format's going to be the same. And we didn't send status. Oh, we didn't. We need to say status if we're going to send it.
That's probably what it's barking about.
We need to say that. All right.
So the part really defines, here's my top level JSON properties, which seems kind of wacky. I don't know why they make you do that.
So here we say, bam.
I can understand from a response payload. Did I
do it in the wrong one again? Oh, so this is the correct one.
I don't understand why you have to specify that for the request. That just YouTube. Don't send me something you didn't tell me you're sending me.
Here we go. Go. I've already authorized you. Whatever.
Drum roll, please. You have invalid or missing required parameters above. If you execute anyway, the response will likely be an error.
Oh, they do. Underline section 0.
Yeah. 404.
Let's see the format when I have it.
Yeah, an extra. Okay.
0. Okay. That's what I had originally, but whatever. It's fine. Live broadcast not found. Hey, that's actually useful.
Okay.
Because that wasn't a live broadcast. That was a straight video
you uploaded.
So that's actually promising.
So the payload is looking good.
So if we go back to the list, we could grab a video that was 7 days ago and get its.
Drum roll, please. Enable content encryption.
Not allowed. That's hilarious. Then
modifications aren't allowed. Then why is it required?
Why is it required?
Just pass us the value.
A current status.
Wow.
Okay.
You take it out. Will it bark at you?
How about we just say false, which shouldn't be a change.
Famous last words. This shouldn't hurt.
Start with slate, not allowed. All right.
You put in true for a bunch of things that are false.
This is
We don't
hilarious.
own a slate.
Record from
Record from
start.
start.
Apparently that was true to begin with. So that's my
It's
that's
like
my
safe cracking. We're just going to turn this until we hear the tumblers click.
hey, that was a 200. We just got a 200.
Golf clap.
Let's see if our where's the title? Hello there.
Yes. You have successfully
Yes.
last week's video.
Oh,
Okay, so we know the payload. And dear viewer, this is a critical part of doing REST APIs. You got to test outside of ServiceNow first to make sure that your payloads are right, your credentials are right, and then you can start building it on the platform.
so true.
This is the way
True
every
words.
one of them goes. You will save yourself
So Postman, when you don't have a nice practice interface like YouTube does there,
Yeah.
Postman is my go-to. And there's even many API providers are shipping Postman like templates that get you started even.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
nice.
In fact, someone reached out to me recently from Postman to set up ServiceNow ones.
For like the table API? Or
Mm-hmm.
there's like a gazillion REST APIs.
For the table APIs. They said, "Hey, we'd love to help coordinate with you to set these up. Let us know how we can help." So let's go update our payload now to what did we do differently? I don't
Did
think we did much different.
a bunch of trues to falses.
Yeah, like the structure was all fine. So yeah, we'll change the trues to false. This one was false.
Slate was false.
And slate was false. And I think that was it.
Uh-huh.
Public. Yeah, I think that's fine. Cool. Well, that's good. That's our payload. Here we need to now add ID.
That'd be a good programmer pseudonym. Jason Payload.
Jason Payload. And we probably don't need extract ID because the thing already exists.
We already know that.
But it's fine. Like I'm not actually sad if it does that part, but yeah, I'll probably clean that up. Nice.
We have an action.
Let's save it and test it out. We can't do much more harm than we've already done to that poor video from last week.
What could possibly go wrong? Where'd my video go?
Test title is goodbye. Start time. We probably need to get that. And there's the ID. Let's
ID
get
probably be required on this action. We'll go back and change the action input.
Yes. And the description is a change is good. And I don't have an easy way. Ooh, I have it over here. I do have an easy way.
Not that hard to type. For everyone looking at the final chapter in our component building video, we apologize.
For the
missing closing curly brace after property list.
Must have done something structurally wrong in the JSON. I want to keep all these up. I'm going to just copy them over to the side.
Do a screen capture.
That won't really help. You there, come over here. And then, oh yeah, wow. I just put it in the chat. It's fine. It's not what I intended to do, but you know,
You put it in the Zoom chat.
no, I put it in the YouTube chat. that's how
I didn't come up yet.
that's how we roll. Maybe it auto censored me. That'd be great.
You can't. Yeah, go put an API key in there. See what happens.
That looks fine. That looks fine.
There's something wrong at the bottom. We've got like content details. Oh, and then it closes payload. Are we missing a semicolon on 25? We have an extra curly brace, I think.
Looks like we might have an extra. Yeah.
They got 25.
Let's see.
Yeah. Or 27. What a semicolon.
25. Seems superfluous.
Does this do the color matching when you hit one? Highlights its opposing color.
I don't think this one does. No. But that looks aligned now. So let's test it. Test.
Action successfully saved.
Bye. That's a good message to get because, you know, it's not always there. Let's get the video ID right from the YouTube chat.
You didn't memorize that yet?
No, I don't memorize anything.
I don't think you sent it. I think you pasted it there, but you didn't send it.
Oh no, it's sent. It's
missing. Now it says we're missing. What the heck?
All right. Well, let's take a look at this guy. Missing.
Thanks for not telling us a line number.
After property list.
We're not closing monitor stream properly. We need one at like 23, 24.
Oh, yes.
I've been looking at too much JSON this week. I have on the bottom.
That one's there, but not this one.
Widgets. On the bottom of one of my service portal widgets, it has like curly brace, c.data pipe JSON, curly brace. So it's dumping my data on the widget inside of a pre-tag. So it's like wherever I go, I can see my JSON. It's a wonderful debugging tool, but it's highly annoying if you leave it there too long. Like, oh, the property I want is at the bottom, but I got to list through these 25 other, this array of really long stuff. But not a bad way of debugging.
Debug. Go.
It's going to go this time. Look at that.
Ooh,
oh, no, come on.
All right.
Again?
Now I'm getting frustrated.
I'm going to type Josh Saxton. This is a really easy way to do this. You do a pre, then you do double brace, like c.data. Whatever.
Here's the working one. That section looks good and looks just like
YouTube chat doesn't choke on HTML.
Oh wow, that did all sorts of nonsense when I moved it.
How did it?
And we're gonna move this back over and just look to see what we have done wrong.
1, 2, 3 closing curly braces at the end. We have one
curly braces, ID, colon, the inputs, and a comma. Then I've got snippet,
start, end, status, start, end,
title, description, start, end, close bracket. That looks fine. Status looks exactly the same.
Monitor status closes on
content details. Looks good down to here.
Kind of where I do a push pop thing.
Monitor stream.
2, 1, 2, 1.
True.
3, 2, 0. It's balanced.
It is balanced. Where is my... Yeah, it's down there.
It's puking.
This looks fine. I don't understand what's wrong with this.
YouTube. Anyone on the stream see anything? It's crazy.
Let's go to the last execution and look at the details again.
Yeah, maybe we looked at an old execution. Nope. Error miss, and the fact that it doesn't tell us the line number is doubly irritating. We're so close. We're so close.
So errors here. The spacing for monitor stream isn't what's causing it, is it? That can't possibly be it.
No.
The JSON's not that sensitive.
It's going to minify it anyway.
It's that none of that is functional. None of that will cause an issue.
Just for,
but whatever, I'll run it. What? Go ahead, Chuck.
I was going to say, just for jollies, maybe at 27, we should put in like a GS info and stringify the payload just to see if our log can spit it out.
Sure. The payload. Save it.
Is it going to get that far, or is it going to
test it? Goodbye.
Missing Brad reading the comments. Remove the last semicolon. The semicolon closes out the var payload statement, though. Casey's telling us there's something up with the semicolon.
Really?
That's the closer to var payload.
Yeah, I think I need that one.
If you're talking about 26, I think we need that one. All right, let's go check. Did we get
over
that
here?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, the only difference is we don't have that monitor status object inside of content details.
Yeah. So we got the same here.
It's going to be one of those, oh my gosh, we forgot. We used an equal instead of a colon or something. Nope. Oh, Casey says, my bad. I was just comparing the two. We didn't get a GS warn in the log?
I
die on our object? Gotta jump to logs, I think.
Let's go take a look at logs.
It's log. It's big, it's heavy, it's wood. And
there's our error from Flow Designer.
Which means our warn.
There's our
warning of the same problem.
Rhino that threw the error. Hey, we get a line number here.
Line 18, column 31. Let's go there.
Yeah, let's go there. Thanks. That would have been nice to return back to me.
I've been doing this. This has been my week.
Oh, they don't line up, but it did give us which
line
text
18
was there.
What was on line 18? Line 18, column 31. True is missing a comma. Go one line above. One line above.
Really?
A comma.
We missed a F and comma.
Yeah.
La 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 la.
I get the point.
10 points to the house of Chuck.
10 points to Voodoo Ranger.
Did you ever watch any Harry Potter? And if so, which house would you align to?
That's a good question because I don't really understand the properties of anyone other than Gryffindor or Slytherin. So it really comes down to a choice of two because I don't know what uh, Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff are known for, what their personality traits and
Yeah, at
characteristics.
least it's a different error.
We got off of that one. Process automation line 3. We got an error 400.
Must be in the future and close enough to the current date. Why did it?
Our start date was in the past.
I mean, it was in the past, but that's
Okay.
what we were doing here as well.
Let's just bump it to tomorrow then. Say start. We're screwing up a post that's already been posted.
Well, no, the reason is because it's not a post. It's a put.
It's
a put.
Oh, is that what it's barking about?
It was trying to do an insert versus an update because
fair enough.
We told it to.
You can't create a new one in the past, even though we're using an update method. Oh no, we're not.
We weren't, because that's how it knows is.
Okay.
It's just whether it's a.
It's not a query parameter thing. It's the using the HTTP method to know whether it should be doing an insert or an update.
And I just need the time now, and I think it'll work, and then we'll be done. And well, we're done anyway.
We're done, all right.
So you only know the two houses, so that sort of narrows the field down. So
given
those choices,
Slytherin and Gryffindor, it's going to be Gryffindor.
Yeah. All right.
Does anybody relate to Slytherin? Come on.
Goodbye, it says.
And it updated.
Yes, it says house and goodbye, and it updated, and it worked.
And
we take a drink, and we stop a share.
Please. And there you have the magic that is live coding happy hour.
Yes. So I probably could have left it up a little bit longer, but I think we had been on that long enough.
You made a stream update action. Good job.
Yeah, so we took our existing create, we looked at the API, saw what was different. I don't know why it wants all that stuff, but it does. And we were able to update the title and description. And so that's going to allow me to tie this now into a flow that will update the description or title when those get updated and the YouTube record already exists. So I'm only going to do this once I have already created either a video or a live stream because it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to push this stuff to YouTube before then. So none of that other creation process is going to change. Just the post creation, update my title and description, which yay. I know
one video that needs correcting.
I know, absolutely. And hilariously, I can point it at the artifact record and have it do that now. So once I'm going to stub out that flow really quick and then run that flow and test it against that artifact record that already exists to update the title and description.
Flow from the flow API in the UI action. Is that your idea?
Oh, so I'm going to create my flow that runs based off of the title or description updating.
Okay.
And when I'm going to test that against the artifact record that we just that is for the record that we just messed up. So it should update it back to what it was before, which is the old title and the old description. Because I still have those in my ServiceNow instance because I didn't adjust those.
Okay. And having a stream date in the future shouldn't matter because it's already been recorded and posted, and who cares?
The stream date will be in the past, and I'm not going to adjust that.
I thought it didn't let you put a date in there. Oh, that was for the post. Never mind. Okay. That's where that was our last run in. Okay.
So awesome.
At you.
Any other questions? I know I didn't look at the chat very much, so I hope you
didn't see a whole lot of questions, a lot of encouragement.
A lot of, why can't you put a comma in there in the right spot?
Nobody saw the comma. I didn't see anybody. I didn't see any comments about commas.
Oh, I was confused as to why I didn't get the contextual part of that warning. So the system warning had the line error,
Yeah.
but when it bubbled up to the error, so there was multiple entries in the log, and the error entry didn't have a line, but the warning did. But Flow Designer only got the error messaging, not the warning messaging, and so I didn't get line numbers from that.
Doing some better debugging on our JSON payloads.
So that's definitely a place where we could surface those multiple errors or allow me to get to them easily from here.
The other
Um,
option would have been to like throw it in a JSON beautifier and go, "Hey, what do you think?" And it would have gone,
Absolutely. So, how was your beverage today, sir?
gone." So there's no doubt in my mind that this says I am an IPA and I taste like an IPA. So if you're in the mood for an IPA, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I was. We have a success factor today, so I'm giving it a solid 4.
Solid four. Nice. This sour passion fruit is really nice. Like
Sounds like a thirst quencher.
it is a thirst quencher. So
Almost like a Radler. Oh, it is Radler season. I gotta go get some.
it is got a nice um like fruit. It's less like a beer and more like a fruit drink.
Yeah.
Um that's got the aftertaste of a beer, but the forward taste of it is more like a fruit drink.
I'll
And
have to look and see if I can get that. What was it? That was the
Ed,
sour.
Edmonds Oast Brewing and sour. They've got several. They only make apparently sours, and they make them all from fruit of some form. And this one was
In the store.
sour passion fruit.
It
It's
sure is
good.
fun going into stores and liquor stores with a mask and glasses and a hat on, and nobody thinks anything of it.
It's the new normal for that. So thank you everybody for joining us today.
Beer.
Uh, we have a couple of blogs that we're going to release for the last week of knowledge here. I might get one of them out the door today. Probably not though, but I'll probably do it tomorrow. And so we've outlined and collected some of the content from knowledge on 4 different categories. And
Flow
we'll
designer. Was it virtual
mobile.
agent? Mobile. Was Integration Hub the other one? What was the fourth one?
No, Flow Designer and Integration Hub are one thing. It for that purpose.
Oh, now you tell me. That was my topic. I'll have to go back.
um, now experience.
Okay. Yes. So we gathered up a whole bunch of the sessions, the breakouts, the theaters, the workshops, and put them all together into those groupings. So if you're looking for that topic, you can just go, I want to know more about mobile experience, now experience. I want to know where's all the stuff.
And there's some filtering in the thing that you can do to sort of get there. But we're curating it a bit and narrowing it down to some content that we think is relevant to you ServiceNow developers.
And the other blog article, was that our afterthoughts or about the whole digital experience thing? You mentioned there were two blog articles coming out.
Oh, there's 4. Well, I'm not sure if we're going to do that. The content stuff is 1 or 4, but it's 4 categories.
1 or 4. Okay. Because I thought you were working on another blog article.
I am, but it's not anything to promote at the moment.
Okay. Fair enough.
So thank you everybody for joining us. Last week's the last week of knowledge. I highly recommend CCW 2905 if you're interested in now experience stuff. It takes you from installing the tooling to deploying to your instance a 5 component item, a 5 component that uses ServiceNow's library of components creates its own list view, a sort of form, data view of a record, a chart, and a query for the table. And they're all interconnected and communicate with each other and grab data from the instance. So it's pretty good.
Quick
Um,
plug, we do have an upcoming Tech Now on June 23rd. This is the social media card is out there. Look for that. It's all about the updates to Integration Hub and Flow Designer in the last 3 releases. We realized we haven't done an episode on Flow Designer and Integration Hub in 18 months. That's a long time. A lot of stuff has come in. We're calling in a specialist, Michael Slobodnik, who did a session on this kind of stuff during Knowledge, and he will be presenting that for our Tech Now on June 23rd. So I hope to see you there.
oh, that's awesome. I love Michael. So that's fantastic. And I think that's it. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.